Good morning, class. My name is Fred Awa, and I'm your course instructor for uh, Fundamentals of Public Administration, the new online course that your university has introduced. I'm currently at the Conference of Rectors, Vice Chancellors, and Presidents of African Universities at Cairo, Egypt, but I've uploaded all of the contents that are needed for your course on the course website. For today, we have the responsibility of digesting the concept of bureaucracy. So the objectives of this particular training are: 1, define bureaucracy; number 2, identify the features of bureaucracy; number 3, describe the advantages and disadvantages of the concept of bureaucracy. Now to the definitions. Many artists have given diverse opinions on what bureaucracy is, but it is important to understand that the foundation of the principle of bureaucracy is Max Weber, the German social scientist. Having defined bureaucracy from his own lenses, a number of artists have come out to consider the same concept from different perspectives. By virtue of time, I have uploaded 10 of those definitions on your course website. So you may go through them, but the underlying theme that goes through these definitions is what we call the features or characteristics of bureaucracies. So I want to delve into exactly what bureaucracy and its features are. Number 1, bureaucratic organizations are characterized by hierarchy. They are hierarchical in nature. When we say they are hierarchical, what we do mean is that for every high office, there is a corresponding lower office, as seen in the diagram attached. You will realize that there is the apex of the organization, which is the CEO, a deputy CEO, line managers, and other officials working directly under the line managers. That shows clearly how bureaucratic organizations work. I'll give you another example of your own university and your Department of Business Administration. For instance, you have the dean. Under the dean is the head of department. Under the head of department, you have course coordinators, and under these course coordinators, you have lecturers. This is a true and typical example of a bureaucratic organization. It is also important to inform you that bureaucratic organizations are characterized by division of labor. When we say there is division of labor, what we do mean is that there is specialization of duties, meaning that every individual working in the organization specializes in a given task that inures to the overall goals of the department and then the larger organization. I give an example of your university. The entire university system is intended to train students, give them the skill, knowledge, and attitude needed to be able to perform in industry. But under this overall objective of the university, you have different departments. Department of Business Administration, which you are students, banking and finance, accountancy, communication, public relations. All of these departments are specialized units, and under them, each lecturer has a specific responsibility. That is why I have a responsibility of teaching you public administration and no other course. It is a clear example of division of labor. It is also important, ladies and gentlemen, to let you understand that bureaucratic organizations are characterized by management by rule, meaning that discretion is not so much a product of bureaucratic organization. What that means is that there are rules and regulations governing how bureaucratic organizations work, and every person from the least to the top must adhere to these rules and regulations. Take for instance the Ghanaian civil service or public sector. People are expected to start work at 8:30 and close at 4:50. That is an example of work by rule. So you cannot work contrary to the rules and regulations set down by bureaucratic organizations. That is why I come in every week at this same period, and within 3 hours I have to get out of class, because it is a rule that I must adhere to. The fourth feature of bureaucratic organizations is that they are impersonal in nature. When we say impersonal, it simply means that bureaucratic organizations are not rigid and are not glued to one person. For instance, me, if I do not come in to teach public administration, it doesn't mean that teaching of public administration will stop. The university would get someone who would come in and lecture the course public administration. So bureaucratic organizations are not hinged so much to the personalities of the workers in there. It is by role, and when you are not available, someone else can take your role. So we have looked at 4 features of bureaucratic organizations, and I will want us to review what we have learned today. We have considered the various definitions of public administration which have been uploaded online. We have looked at the features of public administration. And finally, we would look at the advantages and disadvantages next week, and then we'll bring a closure to the topic bureaucracy. Thank you so much, and see you next week. Thank you.